Hello. All right, so I figured while I just put Addie to sleep, I would get some of these trainings done so I can help you guys out before she wakes up. It's beautiful outside, so I just came outside, which is perfect. Hence, this business is amazing. You can do it anywhere. So, the first thing we're going to talk about, so you guys wanted to talk about how to invite, who to reach out to, and what to say, and then how to get coaches. And those kind of go hand in hand. So, I'm going to talk about mainly the coaching, or I mean the inviting aspect first, and then how we transition to coaches. So I am going to share my screen and give you a couple different ways to invite. So one way for inviting is you want to always be posting your journey on social media, right? So you want to share what you're doing, why you're doing it, why it's working for you, and basically give them kind of like a reasoning to why you started this. So we kind of talk about it as like the 4 different steps. Talk about why you were unhappy, talk about where you wanted to go, and then how either these workouts, this business, or what of this help change to get you to where you want to go. So they have to see a timeline and like this path and process to where you started and to how Beachbody and these programs and this community and these, the shakes and the workouts, that they're helpful and that they're getting them past their pain points and to the present. So one thing that we always talk about when you share your story is kind of always give them information, but not too much information. And I don't want that to sound confusing, but making them have to ask you questions is extremely beneficial to you connecting with somebody and for them to see where you're coming from. So you always want to make them ask you something like, what are you drinking? What is that workout you're doing? If you always like put Beachbody up or put 80-day obsession up or put Shakeology or something, it takes the guesswork out and they could go someplace else to buy it. So anyways, going back a little bit, when you're talking about your story, there's things that people want to hear and they want to relate to you, right? So you want to make it genuine. You want to talk to them like you're talking to who you were before Beachbody. For me personally, my story, I was, kind of content with my life. I had settled where I was. I had really, really bad stomach issues. I was sick of feeling that way. My stomach was constantly bloated. I broke out all the time. I couldn't go out to eat with my husband. We couldn't do things because I felt limited and fearful of when and where I was going to get sick. So I stayed inside a lot. And I had my best friend reach out to me about these programs, and I said no to her. So that's another thing that I want you guys to think about. How many times did your coach reach out to you? How many times did they say that you would love this program or love these workouts, and did you say no? You could have been somebody that was really quick to say yes to the opportunity for the workouts, but maybe you were a little bit more hesitant about joining as a coach and being able to help somebody else out. And when you think about finding your tribe and inviting people, they're going to be the same type of people as you are. So if you took a little while, the people you're reaching out to, they might take a little while. They're going to need to see your journey every single day. They're going to need to see that you're consistent and that you know what you're doing, not really know what you're doing, but that you're sticking with what you're saying you're doing. So if you say you're doing 80-day obsession, show them how you're there for the 80 days, and then they'll trust you. They'll see that you're in it for the long haul. So one of the things about making your journey and sharing your journey, so I just wanted to show one of my posts, and this is where we're going to start at for inviting. So here is one of my posts, and I'm not saying to always write a novel. Make sure when you send or when you share your own story that it's you, okay? Don't take somebody else's words. Don't take somebody else's sentences. This is your journey, and it's an amazing journey because it's yours. And not everybody will have the exact same journey as you, but they can relate to things that you're saying. So make sure it's you. Make sure it makes sense to what your journey has happened, how it's happened, and what's going to happen with your journey. So I talk about how my friend showed me this, kind of just my story that I was just telling you guys, just a little bit more elaborate. I was saying how I was hesitant for it, but I was unhappy with where I was. And so I made a change, and I had to be the person to make that change. And And I said, if I come into your inbox, because people hate it when we have MLM companies coming in and reaching out to them, but it's really to change their life, and it's to show them this opportunity that I was shown myself. And then I have a progress picture. So this is one of the ones that I wanted people to feel how I felt and see where I've been and where I'm now at. So inviting in a process like this is very, very simple. But again, keep it genuine and don't push. So one of the ways that you can invite is you can reach out to any person who likes your posts if they're relatable to coaching or the workouts and our online boot camp, stuff like that. I mean, if you're posting pictures of your kids, it's amazing to gain traction that way and to have people see what you're doing and to learn about your life. But you don't need to reach out to them every time. Every once in a while, I will, and I'll just say, thanks so much for following along on my journey. That means so much to me. And that's it. But on one of those posts, when you're talking about where you've been and where you are now, and you're specifically talking about Beachbody and how it's helped you, you want to reach out to those people. And you want to say something along the lines of inviting them to the opportunity that you were talking about. So for example, let's just say I'm going to reach out to Alexandria. So I will say a lot of these people that have liked this, I have reached out to multiple times before. So that's sometimes tough, but that's another reason why we always are adding new people to your network. You're always going in and finding groups that you would enjoy and finding the same people and adding them. So I would just click on Alexandria's name, and you'll probably see of some of the messages that I have said before to her. But I'm going to say something like this, and this is, you guys can use this wording. You can make it your own, however you want. I've said something to her the last time was January 5th, so it has been a little ways away. So I'd say, hey, Alexandria, thanks again so much for liking my post. I've come a long way with how I view myself and how I feel. I know I've offered and asked before, but sometimes the timing just is right. I have a new boot camp open at the end of this month, and if you're up for it, we can talk details and I can give you some info. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. So again, it's a simple message, and I'm going to send it to her. So it's a very simple message. You're thanking them for reaching out to you. You're thanking them for, continually supporting you on your journey. And it's a simple message that they won't view in a bad way. If I went back to that picture, I could go to Shannon and I could say almost the exact same thing. Obviously, you want to change it so it doesn't say Alexandria on that message. I always try to look to see when the last time I spoke to them was, just so that it doesn't appear like I'm coming to them every single month, because sometimes that gets tricky and you don't really want to do that. But I would change the name to Shannon. And I would say, thanks so much for liking my posts. And I can send the exact same thing. So there's two really simple ways to send a message to somebody to invite them. So if you're posting on your social media and you're always inviting or saying something about this coaching business or the boot camps, you have something that you can invite them to. Another thing that you can do, this is a trick that I learned from Ashley Feldison, so it's very smart. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it right here on the web browser because Instagram's tricky. But if you go into your Instagram on your phone, you can view your followers. Let me bring it up. So you click your little profile person on the far right, you can look at who's following you. So it says followers. If you click on your followers, it will show you from the most recent people that have followed you that, like, just recently. So one of the ways that you could do is I always search and you go to a letter. So you're going to go through the alphabet. Let's just say I'm on F. I'm going to message every single person on my screen that has the F, and I'm going to say something like, hey girl. I will say that my tribe is mainly girls. I don't generally reach out to men. If I have somebody reach out to me that wants help, absolutely I will help them. But my tribe, the people that I'm looking for, the Emilys in the world that I want to help, they're women. And they're generally between the ages of 21 and 35. That's my niche. So I would say, hey girl, thanks so much for following me along on my journey. It's been such a fun ride, but it's amazing to see how far I've come. I run these online boot camps. I'm always looking for more women that want to come in and empower and help encourage other women. If you think it would be something you'd be interested in, let me know and I can give you the information. Simple as that. So you're going to your followers on Instagram, and it will tell you under the followers, the first people that have followed you, that's the more recent. You can search, so you can put a letter in there and then do it by the alphabet. One day do A's, the next day do B's, the next day do C's, D's, E's. Go through the entire alphabet. Keep going, because you always want to be finding new people. So I know it's always hard to think that you're finding new people in your niche, but that's where hashtags come in. That's where groups come in. Friends of friends, that's where they come in. If you have challengers that are in your group, go to their friends list, see who they're following, the people that they're following, the people that they're following. They're all going to be the same type of people. You follow who you connect with. You follow people that you think that you can relate to. So if you find somebody that you can relate to, go to their friends, go to the friends of those friends and the friends of those friends, and keep going. Add them. It doesn't hurt to add anybody. You're on social media to reach out and to connect with people. That's the point. So that's a really good way to connect, and then to invite. Always do it genuinely. People are going to know if you're doing it just for the sale, which we're not. We really do want to help people, and that's what we want them to see. So that's where, if you're showing your journey, if you're talking about why you joined it, they're going to be able to connect with you, and they'll see that you're a genuine person that has struggled in the past and has come past that point. So now the second part of this is going to be how to get them to be coaches. First step, get them into a challenge group, right? We love our challenge groups. It is an amazing thing for us to have this community to share our struggles, our triumphs, everything that you're going through. That's what our programs, or that's what our groups do. They bring everybody closer and they bring us together. If you bring them into our groups, if you show them how amazing it is, if you are there with them every step of the way. So that's why we do the accountability partners. That's why we really want people to dive into this and be vulnerable, because we can help them. If you talk to them at the very beginning when you are inviting them to, whether it's a coaching opportunity or to a challenge group, you always want to figure out where they are in their story and in their journey. What are their pain points? Why do they want to join? If you find that out, you can help connect with them to keep them on their journey and to keep them going strong. So when they have an amazing time in this business, you can reach out to them and be like, oh my gosh, you are seriously doing amazing in this group. You are helping other people. You are seeing transformations of your own. You're already reaching out and saying congratulations to other people in our group. You would make an amazing coach. Whether they did it as a hobby, whether they did it as a discount, whatever it is, that's how you transition them. And you just prove to them that it's worth it. And you show them, we're all busy if that's something that they're concerned about, or if they don't think that they can actually reach out to people, you say, but I reached out to you, right? How did that happen? Have them realize the journey that it took for them to join our group, that's the same journey that they get to go on. Some of the people, a lot of you guys, I might have known you for years, and now look, we're close, we can talk, we're friends. Like, this is something that brings people together in such an amazing way. It's about health. It's about confidence. It's about being your own boss and doing things for yourself and having your work revolve around your life, not your life revolve around your work, right? We want to live a life. We want to be with our kids or with our spouses or significant others or friends, right? Like, you don't want to work your whole life away and not have anything to enjoy. So this business gives you that opportunity to do that. So I probably just went on an extreme tangent, but first step, you have to invite. You have to reach out to people. So always, always, always post on your social media. Post more than just that you did your workout. I do them all the time. I always show that I'm doing my workout because it shows that I'm staying accountable. But then you have to share your story. Share about why you started, why you needed it, and how it's helped you now. Show who you were in the past, because those are the people that you need to reach out to. Those are the people in the world that need this opportunity just like you did. Reach out to them. Hey girl, thank you so much for following me. It's amazing to see you share this journey with me. You know, I don't know if you'd be up for it, but I run these amazing virtual boot camps online every single month. And we're always about empowering women, encouraging everybody to get started and to make themselves a priority. I think you'd love it. Do you want to join us? It's as simple as that. People are going to say no. People are going to give you lots of reasons why not to. And that's okay. Just be a friend for them. Help them, give them free advice. That's kind of why we're going to set up our free group, so we have a place that gives value that people don't have to pay for, because sometimes money is a legit reason not to. We always understand that. Once they do join us, give them an amazing experience. Show them our groups. Check in with them daily or weekly, whatever they want. You can ask them. You can say, hey, this is what I normally do with my challengers. How would you want me to reach out to you? Do you want me to talk to you daily or just in the group or once a week? You can make it up to them. They can do it as a regular hobby, or they can do it just for the discount for now. Get them set up on the Shaco on demand or HD, so it's home order, and have it coming every single month. There's so many amazing things that Beachbody offers with the beach bars. They have their performance line. I live off of Energize. They have like a dermatology face line. They have so many different things that people can find and they can do. So if Shakeology doesn't work for them, you can find them a way to stay active as a coach without it. And then once you get them as a coach, then you do it just like you're doing right now. You reach out to them, you see what they need help with. You reach out to me if it's something that I can help with. And basically you go from there, and one step at a time, just like what you did. If there's something that you need help with, either reach out, look at that hair. Reach out to me, reach out to whoever your upline is, whatever it is. If you need help, somebody will be there and they can help you. This business is all about helping people have a better life and make their life what they want it to be. You're not in competition with anybody else. You're doing it for yourself and for the people that you're helping. So I hope that was helpful. I will upload this soon. And if there's anything else that we can get training on, let me know. Thanks.